This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. What up? This is DC Channel Guns coming at you another gun video. Appreciate you watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I want to appreciate all the good information. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel and coming on here showing all that love. So I appreciate that. Now we're going to talk about stockpiling multiple calibers and stuff. You have your 22 long rifle, your 380. And, there's a lot of calibers out there that people, pretty much stockpile and stuff. And, when it comes to that, I'm talking about, there's a long, drawn-out history of ammunition crisis that we have had in this country. And we've been through a lot of them. I'm talking about I've been through pretty much a bunch of them. And, when they come, they're unexpected. Nobody knows when the ammunition crisis is going to come. And, if you think that when one is going to happen, you never know. It's just like it's just like the economy. It's just like a recession. Everybody can say a recession coming, but nobody knows until it actually hit. That's when you see it. That's when you really see it and feel it. Ammunition is the same way. We know that there've been little ammunition scares here and there, but nobody knows when the ammunition in this country, when the crisis is going to actually hit. You don't know what caliber that might be, the one that you can't find. We don't know what caliber is the one that's going to be there, because I've been through several one of them, and there's different calibers that, pretty much, is pretty much on the shelf versus others. And, a lot of them that I went through, they're different. Now, went through one ammunition crisis. Y'all probably remember this when we had this ammunition scare years and years ago where, you couldn't find no 22 long rifle. And, there's plenty of 22s out there now. I'm talking about plenty of 22s. But, when we had that crisis, you couldn't find 22s. 9mm pretty much was gone. But, there was plenty of 40s and 45s that you was finding and stuff like that. And, you don't know what caliber is going to be the one that, there's going to be plenty on the shelf at the time. So, the best way to pretty much avoid that is to diversify your ammunition. And I know you probably don't never hear people using that term diversify when it comes to guns and stuff like that. But, in the stage of, gun laws and the stuff that we're in right now, you must diversify everything. You must diversify your handgun calibers, your ammunition. You got to diversify pretty much everything when it comes to guns now, because you don't know, what's going to be available, what's not going to be available. So, when you look at ammunition stockpiling, there's ways that you can use it to your advantage. I've been doing it for a while. I haven't really talked too much about it. Talked about a lot of other things when it comes to ammunition stockpiling. Now, me, for instance, I buy some calibers that I don't have firearms for, such as, the SIG, 357 SIG. I don't own a 357 SIG, but, I was stockpiling on 357 SIG because I caught a good deal on it. Not because I was going to buy a 357 SIG. It's because I wanted to use it for a trade down the road. Now, when I said I stockpiled 357 SIG, is because, there's people who have them type of firearms, and, that ammunition is pretty much, it's a lot. It's everywhere. You can find it everywhere, but it's not like available like most calibers, such as your 9mm and stuff like that. So in certain areas, 357 SIG might be hard to come by. So I remember I caught a deal. I got like 400 rounds of 357 SIG. And, down the road, I knew someone, I was looking on one of the online farm sites, and someone needed 357 SIG. And, they was pretty much close by in the area. So what I did, well, we traded. I got a good deal on what I was getting for. So I traded the 400 rounds of 357 SIG for another product that I wanted and stuff. So that worked out good for me. And so, not only can you stockpile multiple calibers, but you can use some of these calibers to your advantage to make deals and stuff down the road, such as like maybe a trade or barter and stuff. You have to expand your mindset when it comes to ammunition stockpiling. Most people's mindset when it comes to ammunition stockpiling is, for SHTF situation where, they think you're gonna have somebody trying to, carry 1,000, 2,000 rounds to defend off or whatever they're trying to do. That's not the case. Ammunition stockpile, you have to use it for multiple things, not just one mindset of things. You can use it for hunting. You can use it for self-defense. I'm talking about you can use it for target shooting practice and stuff like that. I'm talking about when you're stockpiling, it's not no one thing that someone think that you're stockpiling for. Now, the opposition think that we're stockpiling this for other reasons that they don't know of. I'm talking about we're using this for every single thing that we have to use on our daily basis for as gun owners. And so you have some people who shoot more than others. Some people might say, hey, 200 rounds is too much for them. But then somebody else might say 200 rounds is not enough because they can go through that on one, range trip. So, when it comes to stockpiling, nobody has a set number of what the other person number is. Everybody's number is different. So, you have to deal with that. But, when it comes to these multiple ammunitions and stuff, you have to think about that kind of stuff. I was stockpiling on 10 millimeter, don't have a 10 millimeter. But, I did that one time and caught a good deal and traded that for something else, So like I said, when you're stockpiling multiple calibers, they could come in very good use. And, far as the ammunition laws I'm seeing in other states and stuff, a lot of stuff is being used against us when it comes to ammunition. So that's why you must be ahead and that's why you must be prepared. Now, when it comes to, a lot of the, ammunition laws, when it comes to a lot of these states and stuff, you have ammunition laws where now you're having politicians are putting in, ammunition free zones and stuff. Now, it sounds crazy. If somebody would say that 10 years ago, they would think that you just pretty much loosey-goosey and stuff, you all out there, but it's happening. I'm talking about ammunition free zones. I'm talking about not gun free zones. We know about those, but ammunition free zones. And, it makes you wonder, well, why would you create an ammunition free zone? What's the difference between a gun free zone and ammunition free zone? Well, there's a big difference because a gun free zone means, hey, they don't want no firearm on the premises, period. But think about it. You can expand all that because when it comes to ammunition free zones, guess what? If you can't have ammunition, guess what? You know darn well you can't have the firearm. So they're pretty much extending, these free zones with different things. It wouldn't be nothing out of character to hear something about a magazine free zone. I'm talking about, it sounds crazy, but I wouldn't put nothing past it that you have some state, some politician pass a law for that. Because, we heard of gun free zones, you got ammunition free zone. We might hear some type of magazine free zone. Who knows, man? I'm talking about politics when it comes to guns is going crazy now. And so, you have a lot of things that, just pretty much, things that, if you ever thought of it and you might not think that it would happen, it is happening. So when it comes to your ammunition caliber, we don't know what's the next crisis. I'm talking about if I went back 15, 20 years ago and you told somebody that Walmart would probably start selling ammunition, getting rid of ammunition and stuff, you might have a few that might say that's a possibility. But, nobody would never thought that Walmart would start selling ammunition. And that was pretty much the source for a lot of people in this country. You have Walmarts pretty much all spread all across this country. And they're in a lot of rural areas and stuff. They're in a lot of places that's convenient. And, for Walmart to stop the ammunition, put a lot of people in buying. Now, I know a lot of people next resort is to resort to online purchases and stuff like that. But you have to think about it. There's always a catalyst when it comes to ammunition purchases. Because you have states now who are wanting to put bans and limits on how much ammunition you can buy and stuff. And, it just is no end to the situation when it comes to being prepared, when it comes to stockpiling. So that's why when you get the opportunity to stockpile ammunition, you have to take advantage of it. You have to. I'm talking about, when you see a retailer that you don't like and they're putting the ammunition costs on great sales, a lot of people went and scraped it up. But it did not take long for the shelves to dry up at the Walmart. Once the word got out, people rushed and bought, and them shelves emptied very quickly. This is how fast this stuff moves, 0 to 100 people. I'm talking about, you think that, I got a local gun shop. They pretty much got a lot of ammunition, different places. Or my retailer, we're pretty much good. We're not going to run out. People, if something come out that they're going to ban or limit something, it is gone. And by the time you go to get it, it's too late. That's how a lot of people, I watched so many videos, a lot of people went to 9 to 10 Walmarts and all the ammunition was gone. It doesn't take long, people. It doesn't take long for this stuff to pretty much get bad. So that's why you must stockpile multiple calibers, because there's a lot of situations you can use a lot of these calibers to your advantage, even if you don't have the gun to it. I'm talking about, right now, 12 gauge shotgun shells are pretty much everywhere. I'm talking about 308. There's a lot of the hunting calibers and stuff. And, you know, some of the calibers you might want to think about buying if, you know, you're not interested in it, but you might want to snatch it up anyway, because, you know, these are some of the calibers that pretty much you can still get at a lot of your local retailers and stuff like that. But, you know, most of your favorite calibers and stuff, pretty much if a crisis hit, they're pretty much gone. 380, 22, 9mm and stuff. 40 seem to almost be there when you pretty much need it. I'm talking about, you know, in most ammo crises, there was plenty of 40. But you never know, because 40 can get gone quick too, because a lot of people had pretty much substitute 40 for the 9mm, because the 9mm was gone, had got gone quickly. So a lot of people started buying 40 caliber handguns. There are plenty of guns out there used. Police trade-ins when it comes to 40 caliber. I'm talking about 40 caliber is an awesome round. But like I said, 40 seems to be plenty. You know, when it came to Walmart, 40 was pretty much on the shelf, 45 and stuff like that. A lot of your smaller calibers get going real quick. So, you know, like I said, you probably want to diversify your ammunition calibers. You probably want to buy ammunition that you don't have a gun for, because you might can use it down the road. You never know. So I've been pretty much looking at that, buying that. If I see a deal on some stuff, especially guns that I don't have for them calibers, I pretty much buy it, whether it's a hunting round or whatever the case may be. I go and snatch it up, because you might can be beneficial to you down the road. So just want to talk about that a little bit. This is DC Channel Guns, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.